Welcome back to this podcast. Last time we unpacked the history of American football and how it evolved from rugby and soccer. Now we're going to talk about who's watching the sport. We'll start with the US, where it's the main sport, it's where it's most popular and most of the viewership comes from. In the US, American football isn't just a game, it's a ritual. The National Football League, or the NFL, dominates in TV ratings. The college side of the sport is also huge. Its championship event, the Super Bowl, is the single most watched broadcast event in the States every year. In 2024, over 120 million Americans watched it. That's more than a third of the entire US population. But football isn't just about one big night. Every fall weekend, millions watch regular season games, root for the teams, and argue over plays and penalties. Many fans also play fantasy football, essentially acting as a virtual team manager. It's added a layer of data-driven engagement that has deepened the fans' obsession. College football plays a major role. In some parts of the country, college games are even more culturally significant than the NFL itself. Schools like Alabama, Ohio State, and Michigan draw stadium crowds of over 100,000. A part of this is the culture around the game itself. People have something in the US called tailgating, where fans gather to grill, drink, and celebrate before the games. It is a whole event into itself. Now, outside of the US, the viewership is much more modest, especially when compared to the most popular sport in the world, soccer. In 2024, an estimated 62.5 million people watched the Super Bowl outside of the United States. This stat is brought to you by Statista. It's a strong reminder that even if the sport was born in America, its reach now extends well beyond it. The NFL has expanded into Europe, hosting games since 2007 in the UK. It has hosted a game in Brazil, and it has hosted games in Germany. Next year, in 2026, they will also host a game in Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, home of Real Madrid, one of the most important and iconic stadiums of soccer in the world. In Germany and in the United Kingdom, the Super Bowl has been growing steadily. Now, every time the Super Bowl happens, they gathered 3.8 million Germans and 3.7 million British viewers to watch it. These are significant numbers, especially considering the size of the population of these countries. Even in countries where football is still relatively small, a lot of fans are tuning in. In Spain here, for example, about 200,000 people are considered regular followers of the sport. This is according to the betting site 888. It's not massive, but it's a significant number, and it's growing every year. With the Dolphins now playing in the Santiago Bernabeu, it's probably going to grow more in the future. The NFL has been working to grow its international audience. As I've said before, London, Brazil, Germany, now Spain, they host regular matches of the season in their countries. And this is an effort by the NFL to increase its earnings worldwide. So why do people watch it? What's the appeal? For some people, some of the Europeans who are fans of football, who like the no-stop action, why is a sport that is stop and go becoming more and more popular? Some speculate that it's the halftime shows, it's the big starts, it's the fireworks, it's the extravaganza of the event. It's not a sport itself, but for others, they do describe the sport as a chess match with shoulder pads. They do describe it as a different experience. It's not like basketball that is more similar in its style to soccer, where it's you start at one end and the game just flows instead of stopping and going. There's also the emphasis by the Americans to create this heroes, villains, underdogs, and all of these comebacks and great storytelling that you don't really see in soccer that often. In the US, American football is a cultural institution, and in Europe, it's a growing curiosity, one that millions are already watching. But football fandom doesn't just appear overnight. So how did this American export actually take root across Europe? We'll explore that on the next episode of this podcast.